What's up YouTube? Let's talk intensity in the gym. Not only does having high intensity in your workouts give you an amazing pump and make your workout feel so much better, but it can also help you trim a little bit of fat, that excess fat that even on a surplus you might be able to get rid of. So here are a few methods that I like to use in the gym that you might also want to apply into your workouts in order to increase the intensity. So number one is drop sets. This is usually where you get a heavy weight, you do a preset number of reps, and then once completed those reps, you rest for a few seconds, drop the weight to more of a moderate level of weight, and after resting maybe 2 to 5 seconds, going straight back to the exercise, doing either to exhaustion or another preset reps that you've made up yourself. So an example of this is that you might do 5 reps of heavy barbell rows and then have a rest in between, change the weight, pick up the barbell again and go back for another 10 reps or however many you can do until you've completely exhausted your muscles. Exhausting your muscle a little bit, pre-exhausting it, going heavy, and then you're going back to the weight, doing a lot higher reps, and it'll proper burn, you'll feel that in your muscles, and that's why it's so good, and that's why it increases the intensity very effectively. And although I did just mention that you typically start with a heavier weight and then drop the weight and do higher reps, you can also do the same reps each time but just drop the weights. So you could do 20 kg on whatever exercise you're doing, do 10 reps, drop the weight again, and then again go back for 10 reps, and again however many times you want to do it. It's just up to your preference entirely. So number 2, supersets. This is very similar to what I just mentioned, which was drop sets, although instead of doing the same exercise and adjusting the weight accordingly, you're going to be doing one exercise for however many reps, usually heavier, like I said before, with the drop set, and then you're going on to a separate exercise that will do the same muscle group or the same exact muscle. So a perfect example for this is doing alternating barbell curls with the dumbbells, choosing whatever weight it is that you want to do, usually a bit heavier, and then dropping that, resting again for about 2 to 5 seconds, and then maybe going over to a barbell and doing both arms this time, still doing biceps, and squeezing out as many reps as you can of those. Now when I said with the drop sets that you can do as many sets of these as you want, dropping the weight as many times as you want, supersets, this is slightly different. You literally do one set, change the exercise, and then continue the set. You can't then go back to the first one and do another 10 reps on that. You just do the first exercise for however many reps you want to do, and then you drop that weight, pick up the other barbell, whatever it is that you're doing. Now number 3, this is one that I don't like to do that often because I'm really strict on my form, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm cheating my muscles whenever I do this, although it is actually called cheat reps. So yeah, cheat reps. This is usually used by people that want to improve their strength. You pick up a weight that could either be heavy or kind of a moderate, comfortable weight for you to get maybe 10 to 15 reps out of it, and you're simply using form properly, having correct form, but if you're struggling towards the end and you can't get the desired number of reps with good form and without struggling, then this is where the cheat rep comes into it, where you kind of jeopardize your form a little bit. And a good example for this would be barbell curls, where you're swinging the weight up a little bit. You're still using your muscles, but you're kind of putting half of the effort or a quarter of the effort into the rest of your body, because you'll be slinging the weight up rather than just isolating your bicep. Okay, number 4 is false reps. Like with the supersets and the drop sets, the false reps and the cheat reps are kind of similar. They're similar in the sense that they're primarily used in order to get the desired number of reps that you want to get. So if you're on bench press, you'll see this commonly. It's basically spotting. This is where someone helps you to get the last reps out of your set that you want to get out, or sometimes just one rep. So an example of this is going heavy on a bench press or squats. You'll commonly in the gym see someone's struggling on, say, their 3rd rep, but they want to get 5 reps, so they have a spotter, which is someone that stands behind them in order to help them lift the weight up. So they'll have their hands either underneath the barbell or actually holding the barbell to help them get the weight up. So the person performing the exercise is still doing the exercise with their muscles, although they've got someone there just taking a tiny bit of the weight off. A lot of it being mentality, just so that they feel more confident with the movement and they can push themselves further, get through that barrier that they're stuck behind in order to get the reps that they want. So again, like I said, this is similar to cheat reps because you're kind of cheating your muscles, but if it's what you got to do in order to get a little bit stronger so that you can one day do that weight completely on your own without cheating or without having a spotter there to help you, then it's what you got to do. You know, some people like to have a spot each time they're doing it because it just helps them, personally it helps them improve. So I wouldn't say it's a bad method of training. I like to use it with squats and bench press, so yeah, it's great. You should also try that one out. And the last one that I can suggest for you guys is probably my favourite one, and the one that I use most often in the gym. It's usually known as going slow on the negatives, or slow negatives on the movement. This is basically where you're keeping your form proper like you would with any exercise, although on the negative part of the movement, rather than doing, say, 2 seconds on the negative. When it comes to doing slow negatives though, because this is different from normal hypertrophy, when I say slow, I mean slow, like snail pace slow. So instead of doing 1 second up on the movement and then 2 or 3 seconds down, or usually 2 seconds down, you're instead going to be doing really slow negatives, so probably 5 or 6 seconds down. So you're going to have to drop the weight a lot if you want to use this method of training, but if you don't let your ego get in the way in the gym, you will notice that this will help you a lot. And this is why I like this one so much, because yeah, you might be doing low weight, but you can really feel it in your muscles, and having the mind to muscle connection as well, everything on point. You just know that you're going to be sore the next day from it. So this will typically take longer for you to complete your set, as will drop sets and supersets, but I promise you it's effective, as they all are. They're all very effective, the 5 that I just mentioned, but slow negatives has to be my very favourite, and I recommend using it on as many exercises as you can. It's very good for all of them, helps you focus on your mind to muscle connection. So that just about wraps up this video with the 5 that I've just mentioned to you guys. Really recommend them. I've been using them in my training over the past year and seen a lot of improvements. They prove effective. I recommend them. So go in the gym, try them out. Hope they work for you as well as they have and are for me. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.